guys, welcome to today's video. If you're new here, I'm Lowri. I'm going to be showing you today how to create this editorial / high fashion makeup look. So if you want to learn how to create this, then please keep on watching and subscribe for more content. So to begin this look, I've already filled in my eyebrows really lightly, just literally filling in any sparse areas, not changing the shape much. And then following that, I'm just going in with P. Louise base in 0.5 on a flat concealer brush. If you don't have this base, you can just use concealer, and I'm doing this step essentially just to clean up any excess brow product that may be on my eyelid. To blend that base, I'm just using the warmth of my finger. This really helps to diffuse the product and push it into the skin so that line is less obvious. I'm applying that same base to the area shown in the video, so the top of my nose, my temple area. This will really help when we're blending the eyeshadow later on in the look. Again, I'm just using my finger to blend that base into the skin. This will help avoid there being any harsh lines between the skin and where the base starts. Taking a large flat concealer brush now, I'm just using that same base and I'm pushing this into my eye area, ensuring that we connect it with the brow carving that we've just created. I'll be also applying the base under the eye because we will be adding eyeshadow here too, so we need something that's tacky and not set for the eyeshadow to grip to. Using a dense pencil brush and that purple eyeshadow, I'm just packing that product on to the outer corner of my eye and slowly bringing it up towards my brow. I'll also be taking that same product on the small dense pencil brush and running this along my lower lash line, as you can see here, slowly bringing it into the inner corner of my eye. Taking a pink eyeshadow now with that same brush, I'm just again packing the product on just to the corners where that purple ends. This will help the overlay and will encourage the blend from the purple into the pink. Don't worry too much at this stage if you're thinking, wow, this looks a mess, because it does look a mess, but just getting the intensity and the products down from those eyeshadows is really, really important. I'm just taking a small fluffy brush now and I'm just starting to diffuse the edge of the pink eyeshadow. I'm just encouraging that pink eyeshadow to blend into the start of my brow. This will really help us when we lay on the next product. I'm just taking that brush and I'm sweeping it under my eye to diffuse the edge of the pink shadow there too. Using that pencil brush again and some more purple eyeshadow, we're going back in over that purple edge just to really help to blend into the pink. When creating intense eyeshadow looks like this, it really is a case of just applying, blending, because the intensity is achieved when you do so. Taking that same pink on that pencil brush now, and I'm just applying again to encourage the blend from the purple to the pink. Again, taking that small fluffy brush and I'm just diffusing the edges of that pink further, just to ensure that there's a nice transition from the eyeshadow into the skin. Taking a larger fluffy brush and a really small amount of that same pink, we just want to kind of extend that eyeshadow shape and bring it up onto our temple, past our eyebrow lightly, and start to encourage it to come onto our cheeks. This might not make sense at this stage, but in the later stages when we apply blusher, etc., it will kind of all tie together. If there are any areas in your eyeshadow that are quite harsh, just take your small fluffy brush again and work over these areas, just blending back and forth until you feel that it's at the level you want it to be. Taking the small pencil brush again, we're just applying and blending. Using a flat eyeshadow brush, I'm just taking a glitter primer and I'm just putting this on the area where the base is still visible and slightly over that purple eyeshadow. This will help to avoid that harsh edge between the metallic shade and the purple. With a flat synthetic eye brush, I'll just be applying that blue metallic shade over the areas where the glitter primer has been applied. So as you can see here, I'm just going slightly over the edge of that purple eyeshadow. This is just to help encourage the blend of it. And I'm just taking this, as you can see, just up from the inner corner of my eye in sort of like a curved shape. Don't worry again too much about the application here, as we will be blending shown right now, so that came along quick. So I'm literally just taking a blue eyeshadow from the Stacey Marie Carnival palette, and I'm just using that on a small fluffy brush just to blend away the metallic shade. With some more purple eyeshadow, just a small amount, I'm just patting that into the edge where the metallic shade meets the purple, just to really encourage the blend so there is no visible edge. And with the fluffy brush, I'm just going over that purple just to ensure that there are no areas that are patchy. I'm taking more of that eyeshadow primer on the flat eyeshadow brush, and I'm just going over the kind of the inner corner of my eye just to apply this loose eyeshadow pigment. This really is an extra, but I just felt like drawing more attention to this area and making it pop that extra little bit. So just with a flat brush, apply this and kind of push it into your eye. Once I've lined my waterline with the gel liner, I'm taking that same gel liner on this flat definer, god that's a mouthful, and just running this along my upper lash line. Here you can see I'm just really pushing this in, and along my lower lash line. Once the product's been laid down, I'm just taking a smaller detail brush and setting that with black eyeshadow, including my waterline. By doing so, it will help the product to stay on for longer and will also set it in place so that it doesn't smudge. Taking a small amount of black eyeshadow, I'm just using this where the purple is in the outer corner, just to give a smokier effect and kind of encourage the blend from the gel liner into the eyeshadow. It's so easy to get carried away with the black eyeshadow, so as opposed to just building up with the black shadow, I do recommend just going in with a bit more of the purple, as this will create the depth that we're looking for. Following that, you want to take your small pencil brush with some more of that purple shade and run this along your lower lash line just to encourage the blend from the black gel liner into the purple. Before you move on to the skin, I just want to add that I did clear up my skin with a wet wipe just to get rid of any of the fallout from the eyeshadow. And I've also used MAC Strobe Cream just to give me that dewy kind of moisturised finish. And I'm going in with my foundation now using a stippling brush just to really work that into my skin. I always bring the foundation onto my neck just slightly, just to encourage a seamless blend. I use a flat brush to apply, a stippling brush to blend, and then I take a beauty blender or a Real Technique sponge and I use this to just get rid of any of the lines that the brush may have left. I'm now applying concealer to the areas that I essentially just want to bring some light to and highlight. So under my eye, my nose, cupid's brow, my chin, my forehead, and as you can see here, I'm using my finger just to blend around my eye to avoid ruining the eyeshadow we've literally just laid down. Again, blending with this Real Technique sponge and then setting with a small amount of RCMA translucent powder just on my forehead, my nose and under my eyes. Over this area of my face, kind of where you'd apply your highlight, I'm just applying this coral blush, and I've made sure not to set this area, just like when we haven't set the base that we applied the eyeshadow to. This will ensure that the product is a lot more pigmented. So I'm just taking this up onto my temples and really trying to connect the eyeshadow into the blusher. Taking a large fluffy brush and more of that pink eyeshadow, I'm just trying to get the connection of the edge of the eyeshadow to the blusher so that it seamlessly connects. So you just want to do this lightly and build it up slowly. This is what the eyes and the blusher should look like before we move on to highlighting. I'm using a pink toned highlighter. This really helps to just, I feel, tie in the pink tones that we've used on our cheeks and in the eye makeup. And I'm just applying this to my cheekbone, to the top of my nose, the end of my nose, my cupid's bow, top of my brow, as you can see, just anywhere that needs the light to catch it. I'm just taking Jeffree Star's Ice Cold highlighter and I'm just going over kind of the centre points of where we've laid down the original highlighter, just to have that extra pop. As you can see, it really adds something. I love it. And I'm just taking that in the inner corner of my eye and my brow bone. Using a mascara wand and clear soap, I'm just running this through my brows just to create that kind of bushy editorial brow look, just so they have a little bit of something going on there. And this is the finished look for the brows. Next we're moving on to the lips. I am using black face paint just for the purpose of taking pictures and then literally washing it off 10 minutes later. So I'm just outlining my lips using a small detail brush with the same black face paint. and you just want to ensure that you take your time on this step because getting that harsh outline really is important. Once you have the outline and you're happy, I'm just taking a paintbrush and I'm just filling in the lips essentially. Using the same glitter primer that we've used on our eyes, I'm just taking this and I'm dabbing this with my finger across my lips, just in the centre and the top, almost by the cupid's bow. Following that, I'm applying this lovely green shade and it just contrasts so nicely. And I'm using the same glitter used in the eyes. It's not a glitter, it's more like a loose eyeshadow pigment, just for the extra pop, and applying a thin coat of gloss to finish it off. After applying mascara and lashes, this is a finished look. I hope you guys have enjoyed this video and have learned something. If you like this video, then please don't forget to subscribe, like and comment down below what you'd like to see in the next video. Thank you so much for watching. Bye guys.